Hello, everybody. This is Armastis, and you're watching Armastis Live, and we're back with another deck profile at a kind of late hour. Another busy day, another busy day. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful Friday. It's the weekend. It's time to chill. Unless tomorrow is your Monday, then, that's okay. That's okay, right? That is okay. Anyway, yeah, so today you're all gonna laugh at me. So I built this deck. It was a for fun build, and I intended to make this different, and it is a different deck, but you're gonna find that I kept using Yuna. It was not intentional. I'm telling you that when I first started about thinking of making this deck, I was not trying to keep using Yuna. But Yuna from Opus 12 is just incredible, and she's in this deck. I tell you what, the next deck profile we'll do will not include Yuna at all. I'm sorry. It's just that she just happens to be really OP, out of the Opus 12 stuff. So yes, again, in this deck profile that will include Yuna, though she does play, I guess, a little bit of a key piece, but she's not the only thing in this deck that really makes things work together. Let me think, anything else? Oh yeah, Sunday. So then Sunday, stay tuned, because Sunday we're gonna do a bit of a news check of what's going on with Final Fantasy TCG. Some really cool stuff I found, some really, really cool stuff. And then next week, I think we're going to be doing another showing of just some more cards. I had some more stuff come in, which I want to share with you all. And oh gosh, I can't remember if there's anything else. Please remember to like, subscribe, follow. Links to the deck profile will be in the video description. Thank you for all those who have commented and let feedback and just say a hello or just anything. Like, you all are just amazing. Also, email me if you want to inquire about any cards, have any questions or anything like that. I'm still growing in my Final Fantasy expertise, if you will. But yeah, I do have a lot of TCG expertise in general, just from when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Professionally. But my Final Fantasy, I guess, like deck building and strategy and that kind of thing, it's still an ongoing process. It's getting better. And of course, I have yet to play in a tournament because everything's closed. I was thinking about doing something online, though. It seems like there are some online things available that you can find on the, I believe through the Facebook Final Fantasy TCG site. I think people play stuff there. And where else did I see stuff? I believe Reddit as well. And there are communities on Discord and stuff like that. Anyway, enough of that. I am rambling on. Let's go on and let's look at our deck profile coming up here. And here we go. Free summons is what we call this build. Let's give it a quick review. Give me 1 second. Let me just do a quick sound check here. And it looks like we are good. I want to make sure I'm not blaring your all ears. If I am, just let me know. Just say, hey, too loud, and I'll turn it down. Okay, anyway, so here we go. We have a build here called Free Summons. And the whole point of this, I wanted to build something that focuses on summons, because just like in the video game, I don't know if any of you have played the Final Fantasy video game. I'm sure all of you must have been playing Final Fantasy at some point, right? The video game before the TCG, or maybe not, I don't know. But in the Final Fantasy video game, I always liked to use my summons, right? They have the cool effects, and they're super powerful, and they just look really neat. And I was like, well, how cool would it be to build a deck that's all just summons? Of course, I looked through FF decks, and there were already lots of other examples, so I just kind of put together something I think that would have been fun. I don't know if this could be anything for like a tournament. I don't know. Maybe for those of you who've played in tournaments, who know the meta more, who know what it's like playing against other people a little more, maybe this works. I don't know. I've yet to enter a tournament. Or, feel free to take it, adjust it, change it as you will. But this is my take on it. Let's go ahead and do a quick review here, I guess card by card. So of course, I know we have Yuna here. Yet again, here is Yuna, and we have, of course, Len. The combo is just too good. It's just too good. Len, of course, can combo with any card named Yuna. But of all the Yunas, I think the one out of Opus 12 just seems to make the most sense. And of course, you know, if you team up Len with Yuna, Len has the ability, you can just go searching for a summon and cast it for free. And if you, of course, if the summoning is cost 5 or more, then Len gets put into the break zone. Not really a big deal. We're running 3 copies here. And okay, and of course we have Krill here. We're all familiar with Krill, right? She will basically allow us to keep playing our summons from our break zone as well as even from our opponent's break zone. And Citra here, bring back, Citra here works just like Terra, but you know, instead we can also bring back a monster if we played those, but we don't. So it's just we get our summons back, and then it has the added ability if we can discard a light and choose one forward, and it cannot attack or block this turn, which is a pretty cool little add-on. Not really what we're focused on with Citra, but you know, it's a nice little add-on. So I guess the more summoner kind of playing cards here, we have Minwu. I like this card a lot. So Minwu here is, when Minwu enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 summon among them to your hand, and return the other cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. When Minwu attacks, you may cast 1 summon of cost 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. So yeah, there we go. Minwu, of course, is like so many cards out there where there's like a Wool, there's Van, you know, a lot of these cards that let you look at the top 5, nail, right, and then add something to your hand. An awesome ability, I think somewhat of a broken ability. I think it's great that we have these kinds of cards, so why not? We're gonna use it. Minwu does the same. We add that summon. The added effect here is that Minwu has this repeated effect that we can keep using, that when Minwu does attack, we can just play one of those summons of cost 4 or less just from our hand for free. So that's the whole point. We want to play free summons as much as possible. Added to the free summons, we have Garnet here. So we're specifically looking at the second part of Garnet's effect here, which is randomly revealing 1 card in our hand. If it's a summon, we can cast it without paying the cost. A little bit of an RNG ability, but you know, it's something added on for that sense. You know, we only have 2 Garnets, so that's okay. And she does have the other effect that when you do cast a summon, you place 1 summon counter on her, and you can remove a summon counter from Garnet, and you choose 1 forward you control. It gains 2,000 power until the end of the turn. So a nice little added continuous effect. Before we go to Yunalesca, we'll go here with Rydia. So Rydia is super awesome. Rydia says here, let me get my mic out of my way. Oh my gee, okay. Rydia is, when Rydia enters the field, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. So again, another one of those. Reveal 1 summon other than light or dark among them and cast it without paying the cost. I mean, free summons. Then shuffle the other cards and return them to the bottom of your deck. And you can keep using the effect by paying X amount of CP and then doling Rydia, which then lets you look at the X amount of cards that of your deck. So if you pay 2, then you look at the top 2. And again, reveal 1 of the summon of cost X or less among them, and cast it without paying the cost. Then shuffle the other cards and return them to the bottom of the deck. So pay attention to that, right? Reveal 1 summon of cost X. So if you pay 2 and you reveal a summon of cost 2, you can play it. So be careful with that. If you want to do, you know, 4 or 3 or whatever. So a little bit of an RNG as well. I think a little bit, no, I think it could be better than Garnet, potentially. So yeah, that's it. And it just recycles through your deck. You know, if you don't get anything, you just recycle through it. It's not the end of the world. And then we have here, of course, oh, Yunalesca. So Yunalesca here is just a way to, you know, she reduces the cost of our forward summoner forwards, job summoner forwards, and they cannot become 0. So, you know, that's nice. And then when Yunalesca enters the field, you can choose 1 summon in your break zone and place it at the bottom of your deck. So you can recycle it back into your deck if you want to, especially if you're using the Yuna-Len effect. So moving on here, we've got Titus. Titus is just in here just for some added flavor. He plays really well with Yuna. And so the cost required to play Titus on the field is reduced by 1 for each category X forward. We have 2 in here, I believe. Let's do a double check here. I think that's just the 2, just Yuna and Lin. Yes, that's correct. Yes, I don't know if Mobius counts. Ooh, does Mobius count? I don't know. I think so, maybe. So anyway, yeah, so if you control a card named Yuna, Titus gains Brave. Cool. When the forward card named Yuna is put from the field into the break zone, you draw 2 cards. So if Yuna goes bye-bye, you get 2 cards. Maybe even get another Yuna. And of course we got Braskus. First off, Braskus is just a beast. He is so good, even if you're just playing 1. But because we're using summoner forwards in this build, we're gonna run 2. And we get the added effect here, which is to discard Braskus Final Aeon, choose 1 forward, deal it 10,000 damage. You can only use this ability if you control 2 or more job summoner forwards and if Braskus Final Aeon is in your hand. Why not? So for our, we'll go through our summons here in just a second. So we got Kamara here. I mentioned Kamara before. I really like this card. He kind of acts almost like another Cosmos in a sense. So Kamara just gains all the elements of all the characters opponent controls except light and dark. The added benefit, like I think he plays really well with Krill here, which is super awesome. Cosmos, again, can be any elements, lets you play more than 1 light on the field. Let's see here. So Summoner, I like this Summoner here. I think of all the Summoners I was looking at and playing with, I kind of like this one a little bit more. So this Summoner specifically, sorry, one moment here. Yeah, so this Summoner here specifically says you can pay 2 Earth, Dull, and then puts, what is it? Oh, cast 1 summon of cost 6 or less from your hand without paying the cost. More free summons, why not? We'll take it, thank you. Artemisian here. Artemisian, I put this in here just to, well, it's a water backup, which we need. It costs 2, but it's also a good, it basically has the effect to just kind of recycle if you have especially bad hand or you got a lot of junk. The potential to get junk in this hand is somewhat high, right? Again, it is a for fun deck, and you can just recycle stuff. Braskus here lowers the cost of your job summoners by 1. That's just a nice little bonus. Aiko, of course, lets us search for a job summoner. Cool. So Ajito Marujito. I love this card. This card is just amazing. I think it's extremely underrated still. Just lets you cast 1 summon in your hand without paying the cost. I mean, yeah, it's just amazing. So that's pretty much anything, right? So of course we're using Bahamut here, so that becomes free. And then we can use the other effect, which is to choose up to 2 summons in your break zone and add them to your hand. So that would go well with, of course, with Garnet or Minwu. And then Dalga here. So Dalga is when you cast a summon of cost 4 or more, choose 1 backup of cost 3 or more, opponent controls, and break it. This effect will trigger only once per turn. Why not? Why not destroy something for playing something? You know? Especially if you're going to do something like a Phoenix, or if you do, okay, so Amaterasu, right? Oh no, 4 more, excuse me. So let's just say, oh, Sildra, why not? Let's just say you search for your 2 waters, take out a backup that your opponent has. Why not? Kick them while they're down. Just say sorry when you do it. And then of course Tyro here. Tyro, we all know Tyro. Search for a forward, can be any element, added effect if you receive 5 damage, you know, choose 1 forward against 2,000 power. And then Shantoto, amazing Shantoto. Shantotos are just good. And almost any version of Shantoto is good. And this one, yeah, we're all familiar. Produce any CP, and then, well, almost any CP except, yeah, except light and dark. I just now noticed that. Yeah, so almost any CP. Which I guess it doesn't matter. What am I talking about? Yeah, so it doesn't matter, any CP. And when Shantoto enters the field, remove all the forwards from the game. Okay, yeah, so just there for the added bonus as well. Oh yes, so let's go through our summons. We've running 2 Q sets, recycle, right, some characters, or our forwards and backups. Mist Dragon, just 1, just because this is better in your hand than to really search with Lin, unless you're gonna do, unless you're gonna do something like a mist, like the second effect or the third effect of Mist Dragon. In my playtesting, I used the third one more to just draw a card. And I mean, it removes stuff from play, so that's cool. I mean, it's actually really good. I'm not gonna underplay that. It's really, really good. And then, of course, Leviathan, really good. Draw 2, and then you just put 1 from their hand at the bottom of the deck. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh Yu-Gi-Oh card called. That was hard. Yu-Gi-Oh card called the Graceful Charity that acted like this. Except you discarded one to the graveyard, but kind of the same thing. Good recycler. Amaterasu, super popular now. I think a lot of people either hate or love this card. Just from what I was reading online, I love this card. I think it's super great. It's awesome. Yeah, you know, deal 8,000 and then basically nullify a forward as well. It's so good. Sildra, search 2 water or 2 category 5. Right, was it 2 category 5? Sorry, my mic's here in the way. Yes, it is 2 category 5. Super, super good. And then Remora here is, of course, oh, for a second I thought something was in the way. So Remora, of course, is choose 1 forward, draw 1 card, then until the end of the turn, it loses 2,000 power for each card in your hand. It's got the X burst. Found that you're gonna do at least 6,000, pretty often 8,000. This is not a fast deck, you know. I know for you players out there like to play fast. I kind of don't, but I don't know. I think it depends for me. This is a little more controlled. It is slow. But yeah, you'll find, at least I found that I was doing 6 or 8, sometimes 4 to a forward on opponent's side. Phoenix is great. I really love this Phoenix card. So you choose 1 forward of cost 3 or less in your break zone, and up to 1 forward opponent controls. Play the former onto the field dull and deal the latter 8,000. This is a great way to get Krill back, Len, Cetra, Yuna out back on the field. It's just a fantastic card with the added ability of dealing 8,000 damage. And Bahamut, of course. Choose up to 2 forwards opponent controls, deal them 10,000 damage. If they are put from the field into the break zone this turn, remove them from the game instead. It costs 9, but we're hopefully never going to pay 9. Same with Phoenix or Remora. The hope is to never pay those costs, that we just kind of use them for free. So yeah, let's do a quick simulation of what this looks like. Even as I'm kind of explaining things out loud, I'm thinking to myself, what can I change? But yeah, let me go ahead and make sure also that I've got my, okay, there we go. Make sure I'm good here for you all to see stuff. Okay, so we start off here with a Krill, Cosmos, Rydia, Minwoo, and another Krill. Ooh, do we want to mulligan this one? I kind of don't, because I really like Cosmos right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just say we go first. All right, let's go ahead and let's get Krill into the break. Let's play Cosmos for 2. That way we can start generating CP of any kind. And let's say we pass. Let's go ahead and draw our 2 now. Ooh, so good. So Garnet will let us choose 1 randomly and play a summon, but we don't want that. We can do either Unalesca, we'll discard that. We can also possibly do a search. And we do have Rydia here to get out early as well, if we wanted to. Ooh, let's see here. I think what we're going to do, because we don't really have anything, we're going to go ahead and we're going to chuck our... This is a tough call here. I'm kind of debating. I kind of want to get Unalesca out in the field. And I want to kind of hold on to Rydia. And we do have Tyro, so it's not a big deal breaker. I guess let's get rid of Minwoo. Oh, we do need to reactivate that. Let's get rid of Minwoo. And let's go ahead and get rid of... Ooh, it's a tough here. Garnet, yeah. Let's get Unalesca on the field. That way we can get our Rydia next turn and use that. Start using the effect of Rydia. Just cause. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're just kind of play testing this right now. We're messing around. So, so there we go. Let's say our opponent goes and we go here. Typically, they're not going to be attacking anyway right now. Unless it's a huge beatdown deck, then at this point, you've probably already lost. But, you know, this is a for fun deck, right? So, let's see here. Right now, our Iridia is only cost 4. We've got 2 Tyros. Let's go ahead and let's get our second Tyro out. And let's chuck the... Let's go ahead and chuck the Iridia for Tyro and search. Or do we want to do it that way? Actually, ooh, let's see here. No, we're gonna search. We're gonna chuck the Garnet, and then we're gonna search for. I think we're gonna search for our Yuna, because Yuna is just too good. I think let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and search for our Yuna. Let's go ahead and shuffle here. All right, so now we've got our 2. We've got Yuna out here. She is now bringing down our Iridia to only 4, which is awesome. I think next turn we might do a Krill. We'll see what we pull. We can pretend we take some damage now. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and draw 2. Wow, we're really not getting our summons, oddly. But that's okay. I think in this case, this is actually maybe okay. So we're getting the discount of our job summoner forwards by 1. And oh, did I have? Let's see. I forgot to use that. Oh no, we had no summons. Oh yeah, Yuna enters the field. Choose 1 summon your break zone. Place it at the bottom of your deck. We could have done that, but we didn't have anything to do this. So we'll go ahead and discard our Yuna here. And that gives us 2. And let's go ahead and do this. And let's bring out our Iridia now. And I think what we're going to do, just for fun, is we're going to go ahead and look at our top 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I wasn't sure if we're going to get anything. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's go ahead. What we would do then in this instance is we would cast our Amaterasu with the Iridia's effect. And these go to the bottom shuffled. Good thing too, because that was... We weren't getting any summons. We have a lot of summons in here too. That was odd. That happens. RNG, right? This is a lot heavy RNG heavy deck. So this goes into the break zone. We basically destroyed something on our opponent. Probably going for an attack here. And yeah. So let's say turn skips back to us. Activate everything this time because we remembered. And let's see here. So what we can do, and I kind of like right now, is that we just get Krill out here right now. Ooh, actually, do we want Krill? No, let's think about this. Probably not. Perhaps the smarter ability would be... I'm going to go ahead and discard this here. Let's do 3. And... because we have a Jito here, we can retrieve those 2. I think we're going to go ahead and get Yuna out here to start, start helping us out, especially since she can team up with Yuna and Yuna teaming up to go for it. I mean, really, Yuna can team up with any of these, though. So, hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything too big. And then we could possibly go in for an attack, at least with this one. And since we have 1 here, we could use Iridia's effect. But we don't have anything. It says reveal 1 summon of cost X or less. No, we don't run anything with cost 1, so maybe that won't be wise. I'm starting to rethink Iridia. Maybe we're going to cut back on the Iridia. Maybe we'll do that here live. Why not? Let's make some edits. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and activate all our cards again. Most likely we end up taking damage. Oh, look at that, draw 2. We'll say we took some damage. And we drew 2 and we put 1 back to the bottom of our deck. Yes, let's put our Lin. Okay, so then we draw our 2 here. Oh my gosh, this is already pretty good at this point, I think. I think we're doing pretty good right here with this. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and Did we bring out Krill? See, this can do some major damage right here. Of course, you can also team up with Rydia. I think in this instance, what we would probably end up doing is teaming up Rydia and Yuna, changing Yuna's, of course, element to Earth, and going in as a party here. And taking something out with, of course, Rydia's effect. That's at 8,000 power. If it's greater, then we would party all of these together, of course. And then I think probably the smart thing to do here would be to discard Braskus and get Len out here on the field. And I'm not sure if I want to bring anything else out here. So yeah, most likely our opponent should be wiped out just from the effects that we've done here from anything else. I think if we just went and drew 2 here, what can we do? What looks good? I do want to get Artemisian out on the field, but I'm not sure if that would be our best choice. I think what we can do actually is we would end up teaming up Len and Yuna and possibly these 3 together to take something out from our opponent. Of course, we get Len's effect, and what we're going to do with Len actually, since we're taking things out already with Len and Yuna, is we're going to activate Sildra with Len's effect for free. Search for our 2 water, I think is the best bet here. And I want Titus, and I think maybe a backup of some sort, just to get more backups. Actually, yeah, let's get this backup into our hand since we already have one, and then let's go ahead and shuffle that. This goes into the break zone. Most likely we could have gone in and also attacked with Yunalesca. We discard our Artemisian. Let's play it onto the field. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do... We're going to have to play some stuff here because we got a big heavy hand right now, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and do this, and let's get Krill out here. And do we want to play anything with Krill's effect? We could, if we wanted to. We could play another Sildra or Amaterasu, but I think we're going to not use our effect right now and just pass. Anyway, I think we get a good idea of what we have right here. Let's make an edit. You know, that's something we haven't done yet on this channel. How are we doing for time? Because I don't want to make this a super long stream. All right, so it looks like we're about 28 minutes in. Let's go ahead and let's make a quick edit. I know all these decks here that I've saved or made already. So let's do a quick edit here together. And let's make sure we're good here. Okay. I'm not sure about playing all these Rydias now that I really read the effect very carefully. So I think we're going to cut back down to 1. It would probably be better to run 2 Minwoos, which then puts us at 49 cards. And we can either add another summon, because we're at 14 as is. So either another summon or another forward. I think our backups are good-ish. Maybe another backup would be wise, because we are kind of heavy on everything else. Yeah, perhaps we count that back down, and let's bring our backups maybe up to 16. So this one looks good, and let's see here. It's a toss-up between Aiko. Actually, maybe Aiko is probably the best bet here, since we get the X burst, and also let's just do a search. I like that. Okay, I think I like this better. Let's do another quick play with this. And of course, I'm using ffdex.com. Go check them out. This is an awesome client here. Right now, there is no 2-player, but the feature for 2-player will be coming up soon. I don't sponsor them. I just like what they do. I think they got a really good thing going on here. Okay, so let's say we go second this time and we go R2. Our opponent most likely has only played one backup typically, you know, typically-ish. Let's see, let's start building our stuff. Let's get, ooh, that Kamari and Krill looks really good. But is that what we want to do? I think so. Let's go ahead and let's chuck one of our summoners for Kamari. And we pass, activate, draw 2. Let's see here. Let's go. Probably gonna get rid of Shantoto right now because he's kind of heavy. Play those 2. Let's see here. Oh, we didn't have anything. We got Krill out here because Krill is awesome. We got her out in the field really quickly. And let's go ahead and let's do, see, I'm gonna put, the nice thing I like about this is that I can just chuck stuff away. Because I have Krill, I'm not afraid of losing it permanently. We can just get it out in the field again very quickly. And I actually want to get, so there's 3. I actually want to get Yuna out here because Krill on her little lonesome is pretty, is kind of not that powerful. And then that way we can team them up and keep taking out stuff in the meantime while we start building things up in the background here because everything else is going to run a little slower. We'll probably end up taking some damage at this point. We lose our Titus. It's okay. Let's draw 2. Oh, let's not forget to activate. And I do like that we have a Cosmos now. I'm going to go ahead and chuck... Oh, let's see here. I'm going to chuck Garnet. And I'm going to chuck... let me see. Do I want to chuck a Garnet? Yes, I think so. I'm just going to chuck Garnet for now for Cosmos. Next turn, I think we're going to do Minwu Mist Dragon because we can at least team these both up, make Yuna Earth, team them up, take something out, pass. We'll probably take out the one thing that they have. So we'll draw, keep forgetting to activate. Let's see here. So we got, this is better. Now we're in about a better position here. So we got 1, 2, let's go 3, 4. Of course, producing our water here so we can get Minwu out. And then things are really going to start just popping off here. It's going to get gross. So, of course, if our opponent has something out there, we'd probably take these out unless they like Amaterasu or Yuna. But this is a for fun deck, so typically they may not happen. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But let's just say she does survive. We have that. If she didn't, we wouldn't have discarded her here. And we would have kept her on the field. But best case scenario, we are just simulating. We'll just pretend we take something out, we activate, draw our 2, and then of course this is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to get our summoner out here. Our summoner will let us play other things for free later if we want to. We can of course take something else out again by teaming these up if we want, or we can team these up, take something out, and then also use Minwu's effect and cast a summon, and it costs 4 or less from our hand without paying the cost. And I think we're going to use Sildra here, which is super awesome because our Sildra is going to let us get our Len. And also, what else do we want here? We can get a Len and another water character. Maybe Yunalesca or an Aiko. I think I like Aiko, actually. We're going to get Aiko here. We would shuffle. This goes here. Yeah, it's pretty... I really like this. This is really, really cool. I start to like how things start to build up. We could use Krill's effect if we want to, or not. We'd probably just attack with her. And then we said go. I mean, at this point, like Yuna, once you get Yuna out partying, she's just like taking things out left and right. This is a great hand situation right here that we have here. So yeah, if we did like get this here and discard, we can discard Remora here. And just play Ico. Let us search for, we'll probably get Yunalesca. Let's see here. At this point, we would probably could just chuck the Artemisian here to play Len. Again, if we were to team this up, we can team these up if we want in any kind of, however we feel is necessary. We'd probably, of course, play something again for free. We can take another thing out if we want, or we can draw or dull, whatever it might be. Let's just say we draw. I mean, at this point, the choices are just like incredible here. And yeah, so we kind of see how this all starts to work together. Again, Yuna is huge. Yuna is just a good kind of like helps us build our deck up here. Of course, teaming up with Lenin is incredible. We've got Minwoo, which is letting us play stuff for free. We got Krill, which is also allowing us to play any more summons if we need to. We intend to, I mean, basically you want to get to a point where you're really not paying for any of your summons, really. You know, next turn we could, of course, use Braskus or bring out Yunalesca. It's just, yeah, so good. So that's it. This is my really quick deck profile here. I'm calling free summons because you get to summon stuff for free. Let me know what you all think, if you all like this. I know it uses Yuna again and Len. Again, that was not intentional. It just seemed to work better that way. I think in the next deck profile we'll do something different. I know I've been talking about doing something with the Sin card, and yeah, I think that'll be something different. Again, it will be for fun. Or maybe we'll do something serious. You know, I do have some serious decks that, again, I haven't played really in a competitive way, just only with a friend on weekends. But we can also take a look at those. Maybe we'll do a break and take a look at one of those and deconstruct it. And I'll talk about it from my perspective as well. So anyway, I hope you like what we did here. I have the link to this deck profile in the video description, so go check it out. Feel free to duplicate it. I believe it is. Let me make sure it's public. It is public, right? So feel free to duplicate it, change it, and if you make some changes, shoot me an email or send a comment down below with a link with your duplicated modified build. Let me know, because hey, if we can improve on it, let's improve on it. Let's make it tournament ready. And yeah, so thanks again for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember, you're all wonderful, you're all beautiful, you're all loved, and until next time, bye-bye.